Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're exploring a fascinating piece of Australian numismatic history, the 2005 Australia 50-cent coin celebrating the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. This coin has captured the interest of collectors all around the world, and in this video, we'll dive into its story, what makes it unique, and what it's worth on the market today in dollars. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone who just found this coin in your pocket change, you're going to enjoy learning about it. Looking back to 2005, the Royal Australian Mint issued this special 50-cent coin to commemorate one of the most significant events in world history, the end of World War II, 60 years earlier. This issue was part of a series of commemorative coins that included themes of remembrance, peace, and the homecoming of servicemen and women. The design on the reverse side of this coin is especially poignant, inspired by an iconic photograph from the Australian War Memorial showing soldiers and mourners at a military cemetery, capturing a moment of reflection and honor. This coin was released into general circulation, which means many people would have used it in everyday transactions back then. That's led to a wide range of conditions today, from coins that show years of wear, scratches, and a nice rust-brown toning from circulation, to pieces that have been carefully preserved by collectors in almost uncirculated or mint condition. Condition plays a huge role in how visually appealing a coin is and how collectors value it. One of the most fascinating things about coins like this is seeing how the wear and age actually add to their story. You might come across one with beautiful warm tones or unique patina, and that patina gives the coin character that many collectors genuinely appreciate. Now let's talk about the physical aspects of this commemorative piece. Unlike early Australian 50-cent coins that were round and contained silver, the 2005 anniversary coin follows the modern Australian coin standard. It's dodecagonal, meaning it has 12 flat sides, and it's made of copper nickel. So, what makes this coin special to collectors? First, it's its commemoration of a key milestone in world history. Coins tied to historic events often draw interest beyond just numismatic circles, appealing to history lovers and veterans' descendants too. Another factor is that, although this coin was not minted in tiny quantities, like some rare issues, it was a one-year-only design for this anniversary. That limited-time nature gives it an edge for people building sets or themes around World War II memorabilia or Australian commemorative coins. Collectors also look for certain characteristics coins that have stayed in great condition, have strong strikes, or even unusual toning can be more desirable. There are even a few small-known varieties, minor strikes, or die issues that specialists sometimes hunt for. Now, let's talk numbers because everyone wants to know about value. Right now, on the collector market, most regular circulation examples of the 2005 end of World War II 50-cent coin trade from around $1.48, 0 to $1.75, $0 USD, depending on condition and how clean or sharp the coin appears. Much nicer, almost uncirculated conditions tend to be towards the higher end of that range. If you find one that's been well preserved, with strong detail and minimal wear, it might fetch a little more from someone building a set or looking to complete a commemorative collection. But for the vast majority of these coins out there, they're loved for their history and beauty, not because they're worth huge money. I've also seen listings online where individual coins are priced much higher, especially on auction sites. But those prices are often seller-set expectations rather than what they regularly sell for. Real market value comes from what buyers are willing to pay, and most transactions are in the modest range we just discussed. If you're a collector or thinking about becoming one, here are some positive and practical tips. First, always look closely at the condition. A clean, sharp coin with nice luster can be much more attractive to other collectors. Handle coins carefully and store them in a protective holder or album to preserve that condition. Don't be afraid to compare coins on trusted auction platforms or collector forums to get a sense of what similar pieces have recently sold for. And remember that coins are more than just money. They're pieces of history. Enjoy the hunt, the stories, and the satisfaction of adding another interesting piece to your collection. Remember, the joy of collecting isn't always about the value, it's about connection, history, and the beauty of what you find. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2005 Australia 50-cent 60th anniversary of the end of World War II coin. It's a fantastic piece with real historical significance, distinctive design, and a story worth telling. Whether this coin sits in your pocket or in a special place in your collection, it's a reminder of an important moment in world history and the craftsmanship that goes into commemorative coinage. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin stories, valuation guides, and collector tips, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Drop a comment down below if you've got one of these coins. We'd love to hear about its condition or where you found it. Next up, today we are taking a positive and practical look at a coin that many people in Australia have held in their hands at least once, but very few have ever stopped to study properly. The 1996 Australian 50-cent coin, especially when it appears in very fine condition and still shows strong detail and original character. This coin belongs to the long-running 50-cent series that was first introduced in 1966 when Australia moved to decimal currency. From that very first year, the 50-cent coin became special because of its unique 12-sided shape, a design that instantly separates it from almost every other modern circulating coin in the world. Your 1996 issue was produced by the Royal Australian Mint and was intended for everyday use in shops, markets, and daily transactions, which is exactly what makes surviving clean examples so interesting for collectors today. When we talk about the history and the condition of a 1996 50-cent coin, it is important to understand what very fine really means in a professional numismatic sense. A very fine coin is not brand new, but it still clearly shows all major design features. On the obverse side, you will see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by the sculptor Raphael McLouf. In very fine condition, the facial outline, hair details, and lettering around the rim remain sharp and readable, while light, even wear appears on the highest points of the design. This level of preservation tells a positive story because the coin has circulated naturally but has not been abused, cleaned harshly, or damaged. Turning to the back of the coin, you will find the Australian coat of arms designed by Stuart Devlin. The kangaroo and emu still show clear shapes, the shield lines remain visible, and the overall design stays balanced and attractive when the coin is graded as very fine. This is exactly the type of condition that many collectors prefer, because it combines real circulation history with strong visual appeal. Now let us talk about the shape, size, and metal composition of this coin, which is often called the background and composition topic among collectors who enjoy understanding how a coin physically feels and performs. The Australian 50-cent coin is famous for its 12-sided or dodecagonal profile, which makes it instantly recognizable even without looking. The coin is made from a copper-nickel alloy, specifically 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gives the coin its silvery appearance, and also explains why many 1996 examples still look bright and solid today. The metal is strong, resistant to corrosion, and well-suited for heavy circulation, which is why millions of these coins were able to survive daily handling over many years. In the hand, the 1996 50-cent coin feels substantial and well-balanced. Its diameter and weight were carefully chosen so that it could be easily sorted, stacked, and counted in large quantities, including the large mint bags that were used to distribute coins to banks and businesses across the country. That practical background is an important part of the coin's identity and adds to its story for modern collectors. When it comes to collector demand, the 1996 Australian 50-cent coin is not considered rare in the traditional sense of extremely low mintage. However, demand today is focused on quality rather than quantity. Many collectors are now building date runs of Australian decimal coins and are searching for original, problem-free examples. A 1996 coin in very fine condition becomes appealing because it avoids heavy scratches, deep rim knocks, and aggressive cleaning marks that often reduce long-term value. For beginner collectors, this year is also an affordable and realistic way to start building a respectable collection without pressure. There is also growing interest among international collectors who enjoy modern Commonwealth and Pacific region coinage. The distinctive 12-sided design, combined with Australia's national symbols, continues to attract attention well beyond the local market. This steady and positive demand keeps the coin relevant and tradable. Now let us move to the question everyone wants answered: the current market value in dollars for a 1,996 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition. Based on typical collector and dealer transactions, a normal circulation strike from 1,996 in very fine grade usually trades today at around $1.40, $0 to $1.75, $0. In many cases, it sells close to face value when offered in mixed condition lots, but a clearly graded, clean, and well-presented very fine example can comfortably reach the upper end of that range. Exceptional eye appeal, natural color, and sharp details can help the coin sell more quickly and sometimes slightly above average prices, especially in private sales and online marketplaces. It is important to say something very positive and realistic here. This coin may not turn someone into an instant millionaire, but it plays a valuable role in building a strong and meaningful collection. Coins like this represent the foundation of serious numismatics, and they offer long-term educational and collecting value that goes far beyond a simple price tag. For collectors who already own a 1,996 50-cent coin or are planning to buy one, a few smart habits can make a real difference over time. Always handle the coin by the edges to protect the surfaces. Store it in a soft, non-PVC holder or a quality coin capsule so that the metal can breathe safely without chemical damage. Avoid polishing or cleaning the coin, even if it looks dull, because original surfaces are always more respected by collectors and dealers. Taking a clear photograph of both sides and keeping a simple record of when and where the coin was acquired can also add enjoyment and confidence to your collecting journey. If you ever decide to upgrade later to a higher grade, your very fine 1,996 example still remains useful as a reference piece and can often be traded or sold easily to another beginner collector who is just starting out. In conclusion, the Australian 50-cent coin from 1,996 in very fine condition is a wonderful example of how everyday money can become a meaningful collectible. It carries decades of national history, a distinctive and practical design, strong metal composition, and lasting public recognition. Its current market value of roughly $1 to $3 reflects steady collector demand rather than hype, and that stability is actually a very positive sign for anyone building a serious and enjoyable collection. So if you already own this coin, you should feel proud to include it in your collection. And if you are still searching for one, take your time, look for honest condition and clear details, and enjoy the process. Coins like the 1,996 Australian 50-cent piece remind us that collecting is not only about rarity, but also about story, craftsmanship, and the simple pleasure of preserving small pieces of everyday history for the future. Next up, today we're diving deep into a truly iconic piece of Australian numismatic history, the 1,977 Australia 50-cent coin issued for the Silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, celebrating the 25th anniversary of her accession to the throne. It's a coin with incredible design and meaning, and if you're holding one in very fine or even better condition, you're holding a lovely piece of history. Let's explore why this coin remains a favorite among collectors, what makes it special, and what it's worth in today's market. The story of this coin begins in 1977 Ampere's milestone year for the Commonwealth of Australia and for the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. This coin was struck by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra to mark the Silver Jubilee, or 25th anniversary, of Elizabeth's accession to the throne in 1952. It's not a silver coin in metal content, despite the name Silver Jubilee. Its shimmering look comes from its copper-nickel alloy, just like other standard Australian 50-cent pieces of the time. What sets this coin apart is its thoughtful design and symbolism. On the obverse, we see the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a portrait by Arnold Machin that was widely used on Commonwealth coinage in that era. Turning it over, the reverse is a celebration in itself, a dazzling arrangement of 25 overlapping crowns encircling a central starburst pattern, crafted by designer Stuart Devlin to represent each year of the Queen's reign up to that point. This isn't just a circulating coin, it's a meaningful tribute to continuity, service, and connection across nations that share the Queen as. The physical characteristics of the coin speak to its everyday yet special nature, measuring about a distinctive 12-sided copper-nickel piece. The bold, dodecagonal shape is instantly recognizable and has become something of an emblematic symbol of the Australian 50-cent denomination since 1969, produced in massive quantities over examples were minted. This coin was meant to be used and enjoyed in everyday commerce, but also to be noticed and appreciated for its beauty and significance. Now let's talk about condition, because that is where the magic happens for collectors. A coin that has been in everyday circulation for nearly 5 decades will inevitably show wear. A very fine condition, 1977 Jubilee 50 cent, will display good detail on the crown's and Queen's portrait, with even surfaces and appealing luster. These mid-grade examples are pleasant to hold and reflect a life of use with dignity. But when you find one with minimal signs of wear, crisp details, and original surfaces, perhaps even from a mint set or uncirculated roll, that's when collector demand for this coin remains steady and positive. Because this was one of the early commemorative 50-cent coins in Australia, and because it celebrates a significant royal milestone, both beginners and seasoned collectors enjoy including it in their collections. Its historic resonance makes it appealing, and finding one in high grade is always satisfying. Even though it's a common issue by mintage numbers, coins that show exceptional preservation or that are part of special sets, such as proof or mint sets, carry that extra appeal that. So what about market value today, in 2026? The value of this coin varies depending on the condition and how it was originally packaged or struck. Circulated examples that show light wear and nice detail often trade for just a little above their, usually a $1.50, $0 in US or Australian currency when sold online or at local coin fairs. Very fine and uncirculated pieces, however, can steadily command higher prices because collectors appreciate those well-preserved surfaces and sharp details. Coins graded by professional services, like in higher grades such as and above, have been listed for well over a $1.40, $1.75, $0, offering proof that premium condition can bring premium value. Proof strikes and examples from original mint sets also attract collectors who enjoy complete and original packaging, often fetching even more. Keep in mind that values can fluctuate, but overall, the market for these coins is positive and accessible for. If you're new to collecting or just getting more serious about coins like this, here are a few collector-friendly tips to help you along your journey. First, always handle coins with clean hands or gloves to avoid fingerprints and oils on the surface. Store your coins in protective holders capsules, flips, or albums to protect them from dirt, scratches, and environmental damage. When evaluating condition, take your time to compare details like the sharpness of the crowns and the clarity of the Queen's portrait under good lighting. Coins with strong detail tend to be more desirable. If you think you've found an exceptionally fine or mint piece, consider having it evaluated and slabbed by a trusted professional grading service that can often enhance its collectability and confidence among buyers. In conclusion, the 1977 Australian 50-cent Silver Jubilee coin is a wonderful blend of history, design, and enduring collector appeal. From its thoughtful, commemorative reverse design to its significant place in Australian coinage history, this coin offers something for everyone, whether you love coins for their artistic beauty, their historical value, or their role in a well-rounded collection. And as the market continues to embrace classic issues like this, holding onto one in very fine or better condition is a joyful way to connect with history and celebrate the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II. Thanks for watching, and if you've got a 1977 Australian 50-cent coin in your collection, cherish it because it's not just money, it's a story in your hands. Next up, today we're diving into a fascinating piece of Australian numismatic history, the 2008 Australia 50 cents coin in rusted black fine condition, and we're going to explore its story, what it's made of, why collectors care, what it's worth today, and how you can make the most of your own coin collection. Let's start with the history of this coin. The 50-cent coin is one of Australia's most iconic circulating coins, first introduced in 1969 with a distinctive 12-sided shape and featuring the Australian coat of arms on the reverse and the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. The 2008 coin is part of this long tradition, and although it's not the rarest 50-cent piece ever made, its story is still rich with meaning for collectors and everyday holders alike. In 2008, the Royal Australian Mint produced about 33 million of these coins, a large number that makes the coin common in circulation, but still charming as part of Australia's modern decimal currency history. Now, if you've found one that's developed a rust-black coloration, don't worry, you haven't stumbled upon something ruined. Many coins that have been in pocket change, coin jars, or coin rolls for years develop patina or surface oxidation. This blackened look can actually add personality and tell a story about its time in circulation. In numismatic terms, we call this a circulated coin in fine condition, which simply means it shows clear signs of wear and use but still has recognizable details and character. This condition can appeal to casual collectors who love coins with history and character, even if they aren't perfect specimens. Let's talk about the coin's composition and physical features. The 2008 Australian 50 cents is struck in a copper-nickel alloy, weighing around with a diameter of about a 12-sided coin with a smooth edge and classic motifs that reflect both Australia's culture and its place in the Commonwealth. Over the years, collectors have come to appreciate not only the design, but also how the metal ages, from brilliant luster in new coins to unique tones and patinas in older circulated. One reason collectors are interested in this coin is its collector demand. While the 2008 50 cent isn't rare in high uncirculated grades, coins from this year still generate interest because coin enthusiasts often want complete sets of 50-cent pieces from every year. Some special versions, like uncirculated or proof coins, can command significantly higher prices than regular circulation strikes. Enthusiasts who specialize in Australian decimal coinage enjoy comparing different years, spotting subtle differences in strike quality and condition, and seeking out coins with attractive surfaces, even if they've been around in pocket change for years. So what is the current market value of a 2008 Australian 50-cent coin in rust-black fine condition? Most examples of this coin that have circulated and show wear are not highly valuable in dollar terms since millions were minted. They're fairly common. Catalog-based guides suggest that a circulated coin in average condition is often worth around or slightly above, with typical listings showing values around $1.10, $0 to $1.48, 0 and similarly modest ranges in Australian dollars. This means that your rusted, fine-condition coin may not be a high-value collectible in strict market terms, but it's far from worthless and absolutely deserves a place in your collection. In fact, finding it and learning its story can be part of the joy of numismatics. There are also uncirculated and high-grade examples of the 2008 Australian 50-cent coin on the market today. Coins graded by professional services can fetch higher prices. For example, premium uncirculated 50-cent coins from this year have been listed for several tens of dollars on popular auction sites. Such as proof strikes or limited releases like the centenary of Scout's Australia 50C uncirculated coins have their own distinct appeal and can attract collectors who want something more than the everyday circulating coin. If you're a collector or thinking of becoming one, here are some tips that will help you get more enjoyment and value from your coins. First, always handle coins carefully and consider storing special pieces in protective holders, wallets, or albums to prevent further wear. Try to educate yourself about grading so you can better assess condition and appreciate the subtle differences between fine, very fine, and uncirculated examples. Joining local coin clubs or online communities is a great way to learn from experienced collectors and share discoveries. Finally, stay curious. Sometimes the story behind a coin is even more valuable than what it's worth in dollars. So, as we wrap up, let's celebrate the humble but fascinating 2008 Australian 50-cent coin in rust-black fine condition. It may not be the most valuable piece in the world, but it's part of Australia's living currency heritage, and it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and everyday holders alike. Its journey from the Royal Australian Mint to your pocket or coin jar is a testament to the everyday history that coins quietly carry with them.